Hi, I'm Josh Croup. Welcome to the Pioneer Spotlight, where each week we feature a Point Park Pioneer team, athlete, or coach. And this week we're joined by Point Park baseball catcher Chris Hernandez. He's a senior in his fourth year with the program. Chris, thanks for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
So we have you on for a few reasons. One, you're catching this fantastic pitching staff. The starters, the bullpen, they've been one of the best in the country. Two, your offensive production has been at a career best pace. 5 RBIs yesterday in a big win to cap off a series sweep of Asbury. Let's start with the team as a whole. How have you seen this team progress this season compared to the past teams you've been on?
Honestly, it's just a bond. We're real close together, and one thing that I see from us that differs from other teams I've been on, including here and before, is the will to win, how much we want to win, and not just win for individual, but win for each other, win for the coaches. It just feels connected. It feels good. It feels good right now.
And it's a team that had a lot of guys coming back from last year. A lot of guys that can start even that aren't. How are those role players fitting into their role and understanding their role in this team atmosphere?
I mean, I feel like they understand it great. When they come in, they do their job just like the starters do their job, and they understand that there might come a time where someone goes down and they have to come and start, and I feel ready with anybody in the 25-man roster. I feel comfortable with all of them. And
you got to feel comfortable with anybody that goes out to start, too, on the mound. 3 pitchers that have been in your rotation: Nick Beardsley, Felix Castillo, and Nick Bucci. All have had fantastic seasons so far. We'll start at the top of the rotation and work our way down. Beardsley's bringing his good stuff this year. Hasn't given up a run in forever. What have you seen from him behind the plate?
He's a competitor. He always has stuff. He always wants to win. Me and him just have a great connection. I've been catching him. This is my second year catching him. He competes, man. He's aggressive. He wants to win just like all of us.
What about Castillo and Bucci in the 2-3 spot?
Castillo's been doing a great job. His stuff is nice. He throws pretty hard. He's a competitor too, man. Just like Bucci. We're all competitors, man. We're all competitors. That's what makes it such a solid team.
A great competitor you have coming out of the bullpen that's given you a lot of innings out of the pen this year, Addison Domingo. His role kind of varied last year depending on what month you were, depending on who was down, who was available. Now he's in the bullpen. He's given you a lot of innings. What have you seen from Addison this season?
He comes in and he lights out, man. He hits his spots. He knows what it takes, and he just goes out there and does it. It's something special, honestly.
Your pitching staff is hitting its spots. One of the top in the country in ERA, opposing batting average. Have the opponents that you guys faced figured into that? How tough have the bats on the other side been from your perspective?
I mean, it's hard to hit our pitching when it's there. Anybody too, from the starters to the pen. When we have our stuff, it's hard to hit us. It is hard to hit us. Looking at the other team, you see them trying to make the adjustment, but it's just hard. It's hard for them to make that adjustment.
What adjustments have you made this year, or have you kind of kept at the plate? Have you made any adjustments, or have you kind of kept what you?
Honestly, in the past, sometimes I would get worried about, like, man, I don't have a hit today. I got to get a hit today, or like I'm worried about my stats. This year, it's my last year, and I just want to win more than anything. So I just go up there, and I just want to get on base for the team, not for me, not for anyone else. The team, just the team.
And we were talking before the show. We said 5 RBIs yesterday. Man, I had 5 RBIs yesterday. You didn't even know. So it's just, is that the mentality of this whole team? You just go out there and play?
Yeah. It's funny because in Florida, I won a Player of the Week for the conference coming out of Florida.
Right.
And I had no idea that I was doing that good. Yuri Sukard, he's my roommate. He was like, man, you're really hitting. And I looked at him like, yeah, am I really hitting? And he goes, yeah, you are. I'm just not worried about the hits, the RBI. I just want to win. All I care about is winning.
You hit your first home run of the season in Butler against Asbury. A big park there at Pullman Park, formerly Pullman Park, now Kelly Automotive Park. Going to Washington for the 3rd game of the series. You're not playing consistently at home when you have home games, and that's been the theme of your entire career in Pittsburgh. What kind of challenges do you guys have to overcome playing in an urban environment here?
We just got to honestly put it to the side. Just know that we're here to play a game, and everything else doesn't matter where we're at, the conditions. We play a lot of cold games, a lot of rainy games. We just can't let that get to us. We can't let that affect our mindset, what our goal is, and our goal is to win every game.
And Southern schools might have an advantage because they get out
Yeah.
and get the reps more. But
Yeah.
how does your pitching staff stay warm during the off season, during these cold days, whenever you can't get out to a dirt field?
I think Coach just does a great job of, giving us these facilities. We'll go to the YW. We'll throw bullpens right here in the student center. We practice at Green Tree. Wherever we can get our reps in, wherever we can get better, we'll do it. And no one complains. We'll do it.
What is it about this coaching staff in this city that attracts players from all over the country and all over the world to Point Park?
Just the competitive nature, the will to want to win. The only thing that's important is winning around here. When I first came in here as a freshman, I understood that quickly. Like, this program's here to win. This program is here to win.
Finally, in your last few months here at Point Park, what do you hope to accomplish as an individual, but probably more importantly as a team?
I'll make it to the World Series and hopefully win the World Series.
We're setting the bar high, and this team so far has lived up to it. 22-2, undefeated in conference play. They'll pick up in action in River State's conference play this weekend at Ohio Christian. Follow us on PointParkSports.com and on social media at Point Park Sports for all the latest updates with Chris Hernandez and the rest of the Point Park baseball team. Chris, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me, Josh.